Wake up, YouTube. Welcome back to the channel. I know you're just dying to know, what did I spend in January 2025? And that is the topic of today's video. Let's get into it. So if you've been following along, then you know that I'm doing a no-spend challenge for the full year of 2025 in order to save as much money as I possibly can. As part of that no-spend 2025, my goal was to obviously parse out the essentials like housing, groceries, personal care items, the very basics, and to try to eliminate all of the superfluous spending or the unnecessary expenditures. And so the items that I will share with you today that I did spend money on in January 2025 means that technically I failed the challenge, but I think, the idea of making this goal was strictly to have a goal in mind that I think about prior to making those purchases, knowing full well that it's going to be pretty impossible for me to actually not spend any money outside of my essentials for the full year. So I'm giving myself some grace, but I actually did pretty well. I'm pretty happy with the results. Basically, I made 3 purchases that I'm going to share with you today. I'm going to refer to my notes and we'll walk through them together. January 2025, here's what I spent. Outside of the essentials, housing, groceries, personal care, etc., these are the 3 purchases that I made in January, which technically violate my no-spend challenge. The month started off strong, and it wasn't until about January 20th, I believe, that I was invited to a Canucks game, and that's where it all went downhill. Now, thankfully, the tickets were free, so that's a big win, but because I got the tickets for free, my brother welcomed me to the game, I offered to pay for parking. And if you've parked in Vancouver or you've been to a major sporting event, that is how they get you. So you'll be shocked to know, maybe, that the parking for a Canucks game, $40 Canadian. That was the first purchase that I made of the month outside of my essentials. The second purchase that I made was somewhat of an experiment, somewhat of an investment, and that is that I paid for a premium version of Twitter or X. Now, this might be controversial. I'm just dabbling with the app. I'm obviously starting this YouTube channel. I'm trying to think about other ways to kind of draw attention into the channel to get views, to build that community that I'm trying to build. And so I thought, why not try X or Twitter and just see how it goes? But then when you learn more about it, you learn that if you're not paying the $11 per month, then they minimize your reach. Your responses and whatnot in posts are not shown and spread or disseminated to a wide audience. So that made me think, all right, as an experiment, as part of this creative journey that I'm on, I'm willing to try this for at least the first month. It's been a couple weeks. I don't know if I'm going to continue on with it. If you do have X or Twitter, consider looking me up at AchieveWMike. If not, totally understand. I may abandon this effort eventually, but that was the second purchase that I made outside of my essentials in January 2025. The third and final purchase that I made in January 2025 that broke my no-spend challenge for the month was an $8 coffee. And this one comes with a bit of a story because I had no idea it was going to cost $8. I wasn't aware of the price. As you guys know, if you watched my previous video, I did allow myself, spend money on groceries. Admittedly, I spent a little bit too much money on takeout. 1 takeout order per week is permitted according to my challenge. And I do buy lunch occasionally at work, but I was trying to scale that back. I'm using this salad subscription service, which I love, which I'll talk about probably in a different video. But this happened to be a day I didn't have lunch. I was with friends. We went to this new coffee shop that's close by, which is exciting because my work is in a bit of a food desert. Small business, nice people. They were, we strike up a conversation with the new owners. They're telling me about they're famous for their coffees. They got these 10 different types of coffees. And I was like, you know what? I was in there. I wasn't planning on buying lunch. My friend was planning to buy this bento box. They do like a Japanese coffee shop essentially. And so he was going to be sitting down and eating. I figured, why not? I'll get a coffee. I'll try one of their famous coffees, world famous coffees. World famous. And so I said, sure, hit me up with a 6 ounce of this Colombian coffee that you make. And sure enough, he rung me up, 6 ounces of that coffee, $8. And so ultimately that's it. That answers the question, what did I spend January 2025? Of course, that's not all of my expenditures. That's taking out the essentials and focusing on the 3 items that I was kind of disappointed in. But overall, pretty happy with the results. I feel like I was disciplined. I did my part this month, limiting my expenditures to just that $40 of parking. I think about $12 for X premium, and then I'm going to throw in the $8 coffee because that is excessive. That's not something that I would usually buy. Bringing the total to, $40, $12, $8, $60 for the month of January. So pretty good. We'll take it. And those are the results. If you are doing a no-spend January or you doing a no-spend 2025, I'd love to hear about your experience down below. How did you do? On Twitter X, I've seen some people posting about it. It's been really inspiring. And so there seems to be a bit of a community of people that are doing this, that are focused on frugality, focused on saving. If that's you, there's going to be plenty more of that on this channel. We're also going to focus a little bit on earning and investing. Those 3 pillars, earn, save, invest. If that's something that sounds interesting to you, please consider subscribing, and we'll see you in the next video.